Welcome back to Viewers Voice. For this episode, I'm gonna speak about appreciating what you don't have. Now, this will probably be a little short because it's a little quick video to explain the saying, right? And what I mean by that is just it's very easy to get distracted day to day, or just it is very easy to look at something that you don't have and probably wish you had it, right? Or just overlook the thing that you do have, obsess with the thing that you have. It's just very easy to just like be self-centered about a lot of things, right? Or feeling entitled to a lot of things that you don't realize how blessed you are to not have certain things, or to have certain things even, right? And I know some of you are probably thinking like, what is he talking about? But what I mean by this is like, think about it like this. Let's say you go shopping. You go shopping and you see a buttload of ton that you might want. Whether you're a girl, you might want these different purses, makeups, different clothing, right? Whatever. Same for a dude. You might go to the store, look at all the different clothes that you could get, different jewelry that you could get, accessories. Who cares? Whatever you're shopping for, you're looking at all the things that you do want, but also that you could have potentially, right? You might buy on the spot, right? Or you may wait to buy in the future, but you're constantly just like wanting things while possibly overlooking the thing that you have currently that may not, you want this thing so bad, but the whole time you have something else at home that kind of makes up for it. Therefore, why do you obsess over it so much? Right? You want this bag because of the designs. You have a bag at home that works perfectly fine, and still looks pretty well. However, you want to replace it with a different one, that kind of thing, right? Or just even like I said, it's just a whole lot of overlooking certain aspects of life, but specifically, I'm talking about overlooking things that you wish that you just don't want, that you just wouldn't have, that be lucky and be glad that you don't have to deal with it. That could range from just diseases, illnesses, right, whatever. But it's just important that you understand that as much as you are blessed with what you currently have, you are just as blessed for things that you don't, right? And some people don't realize that. Some people feel like where they're at currently isn't where they should be. Therefore, they're in a rush, or they just feel left behind, or they just feel really depressed on just thinking about it. But like, realize that where you are at currently is probably where you need to be, and that's still good, because you could be in a much worse position, and that's what you have to understand. As much as you want to be in a better position, and you will be, understand that being where you're at currently is just as much as a blessing, because you could be where you were from the start. Like, picture me for this example. I'm recording right now, and of course I'm probably not where I want to be at all with this, but that's a reflection of how much work I'm putting in, as well as where I'm at currently. If this is a few years from now, obviously I'll be in a different area, hopefully. But like I said, it's a reflection of the current present day, as well as the amount of work I'm putting in. More recently, in the past week or so, I haven't been doing that much work for the podcast, anyways. But like I said, I'm still gonna be happy where I'm at, because if anything, I could be where I was at when I first started. Where if anything, I was more shy to speak, more shy to start up a video, struggling to come up with topics. Just like not sure if I want to take that initial footstep. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to not have that anymore, not be in that position anymore where I feared that kind of thing, right? And it's important that you realize that, or realize that you have the opportunity, kind of thing. So it's like I should be appreciative that instead of not having any of the equipment or whatever, I do have the equipment, right? Or appreciate that I don't have to worry about losing the equipment, or worry about it breaking, or worry about having to go somewhere else to record, or worrying about that. There's a lot of things that you have to look out for, and just be like, yes, I may not be exactly where I want to be today, but I should still be appreciative of where I'm not, that kind of thing. So it's like prison, I guess. That's a good example. because some people don't have the time that you have. Some people don't realize how valuable time is itself, right? So even if you and understand that you do have time. Like I said, if you are in a position where you don't, such as prison, then yeah, you know, that's when you can kind of like dwell over it or whatever. But you currently have time. You have the freedom to do what you need to do and do what you want to do, right? Don't think that you're out of time, because you're not. Especially if you're below the age of 20 or even in your early 20s, because you aren't expected to just have something right away. No one is, right? That's why you can't really judge somebody for where they're at in their path, their lifestyle, because it's not you. And maybe someone is in a better position than you are at, and they're younger than you, and whatever the case may be. But that's different. Maybe they started early. Maybe that's where they need to be currently. Maybe where they're at is a reflection of how much they really work for that. Who knows? But regardless of the matter is, understand that you'll be where you want to be at some point. Because if you were already there, then what would you have to look forward to, right? If everything we wanted was already given to us, then what else could we possibly look out for, be happy about? Because at some point, there wouldn't be nothing to chase. If I know if I had, like, of course if I had what I wanted to have currently, I'm gonna be happy with that, but only for so long. Because like the more you like chase something, the more appreciative you feel about the journey rather than what's waiting for you on the other side of the line, right? Or the end or the tunnel, whatever you want to picture it as, right? When you've already experienced a journey for so long, you like the feel of being able to chase something, being able to follow something and keep going for it. But once you get it, it's like, yeah, you're gonna appreciate it because you know how much you worked for. But at the same time, it's like, what next? That's why you want to have checkpoints. Like, oh, you always have checkpoints. You don't ever want to really want to reach the end. Let's say you have a following of subscribers, and just say your end goal is to hit 10 million, right? That's a nice end goal. You can keep working for that long as you want, but make sure that you set up many goals along the way so that you still have something to chase that doesn't feel so far away. But no matter when you do reach those little milestones, there's something that follows right behind it. So let's say you start at 0. Your first milestone is hitting 100. That's closer to home. That's closer to the start line. You can feel happy about that. Then your next goal is 1,000. That's still pretty close to the 100 mark that you have for yourself. You still got a long way to go, but you could be happy. You could take a pit stop and appreciate where you're at and where you're currently heading, instead of constantly, putting yourself down because you feel like you're so far away from your goal, when in actuality you're just getting started, right? And like I said, I appreciate the fact that you're at where you're currently at, because instead of being at that 1,000 or 10,000, you could be still at the start line, right? Scared to take the first step, whatever the case may be, right? You may not have time to continue and keep going for your goal. That kind of thing. You may not have a platform altogether, right? But appreciate the fact that that's not the case. That's all the message is for this video, and I'm gonna leave it off there because I'm pretty sure a lot of you should be able to get the idea and get the gist now. So I'll see you guys in the next one.